Hey guys, in this video we're going to be making scarecrows. Perfect for fall. The weather's starting to get chilly. I'm not sweating my butt off anymore. So let's make some little scarecrows. To make your scarecrows, you're going to need the following items from your kit. A paper plate, a sheet of yellow paper, sheet of brown paper. You should have a long strip of orange, a square of green, and a square of blue, and you should have some strands of raffia. You're going to start with your brown and your orange. So set them like this just so you can use the orange as a reference point, because the orange is going to be your scarecrow's arms. So to measure this out with the top of the scarecrow's overalls, you're going to want his arms to come up like that. You're going to have the overalls, a space for his neck, you're gonna draw the sleeves, I guess, connecting parts of the overalls. Those are gonna round out down towards his body and curve in a little bit at the legs. As you get down to the ankles. Little triangle at the bottom for the leg gap. So that's showing up not particularly well. Let me go back over that a bit darker. There we go. So you're going to draw the outline of his overalls and cut those out. If your overalls come up a bit higher than you think the sleeves would be, you can cut the arms down a bit. I'm going to cut mine. I think his arms would only stick out about there. So I'm going to cut my orange thinner. And you're also, just for a nice little look, you're going to cut little triangles at the edge of his sleeve. It gives it a very nice look at his sleeve, gives him a more defined hand. And you'll do that on the other side as well. And then you're going to glue your sleeves on to the overalls. Get some glue on the back of the overalls here. And stick your sleeves down. Line them up with the top of the overalls. There you've got your scarecrow's arms. You can decorate his overalls. You can draw him a pocket. In his overalls. You can give him patches on his overalls. That's what the squares are for, the green, the blue, the yellow. Can cut a square out of the yellow. Can give him, you can make him some patches. They don't need to be perfectly shaped. Can glue some patches onto him. Scarecrows often have a very patchy look to them. Because our Scarecrow probably has a lot of holes in his overalls. Alright, let's put a patch down here on his knee. I bet he had holes in his knee that he had to patch up. It's hard being a Scarecrow. And I just put a little blue patch. You can make your patches any size you want. You can make however many you want. It's really up to you. I'm gonna do them like this. Can put some little lines or hatches here so that it looks like the patch was sewn on to his overalls. And then I think to make him look even more raggedy, I'm gonna add some patterns to the patches just to really emphasize that these were sewn on from different materials, that they're really out of place and he's very patchy. Very rustic Scarecrow. Let's give him some polka dots. You can make yours however you want. You can give it patterns or not. It's up to you. So I think that gives him a very nice patchy look. The paper plate is going to be your Scarecrow's face, and the yellow is going to be his hat. So I'm going to have trace just like a general outline of where the... So you're going to want to use basically the entire length of the yellow. So I'm going to say, you know, let's round the edges of the hat up a bit. Can you see that if I do it darker? A bit, okay. And then we'll have it come up into a point like a straw hat on a Scarecrow would. And then we're gonna cut that out. You can use markers and crowns to draw like a little band of fabric across the hat. I think it adds a nice little detail. Then you're going to get some glue on here and glue your hat down onto the Scarecrow's head. You're going to use your markers or crayons to draw on his face. Give him some eyes. Depending on what you have available to you, you could give him button eyes if you've got some loose buttons at home. You could cut them out of paper if you'd prefer to do that. Gonna give him an orange nose like a carrot. Maybe I'm thinking a little more snowman than Scarecrow right now, but yeah, you probably wouldn't want to put a carrot on a Scarecrow because that would attract animals. Maybe not the best idea. Give him a smile or make him angry. He's trying to scare away the crows, you know. But you can make his face look however you want. I'm just going to give him this little face, give him some rosy cheeks. He looks a little friendly for a Scarecrow, but maybe I want a friendly Scarecrow. Maybe I don't want to scare the crows. Maybe I want a friend crow. Defeats the entire purpose, but maybe I want a friend crow. You're going to then use your glue and glue just the very edge of the plate to the neck of the Scarecrow. Next, you're gonna flip your Scarecrow over and take your raffia and your scissors, and you're gonna cut each strand of raffia into smaller pieces. You can do this one strand at a time. And this is going to be the straw that sticks out of the end of your Scarecrow. So then you glue the raffia down. You could also tape the raffia down. Glue might not completely work to get all the edges of this stuck down all nice. And you're gonna let that dry. You're gonna do the same for the other arm. Sticking out from both legs and sticking out from the sides of the hat like hair. And then you're gonna wanna let this sit and dry really well, because these pieces, raffia pieces, are quite delicate and don't generally want to stay glued on. Once that dries, you can lift it up, and there you have your little Scarecrow.